Setting clear expectations and then modeling, acknowledging behavior, which is exactly what you're doing, and then being consistent in the way that you do it, and then evaluating the progress as you go.
Right, so what kind of strategies do you promote in your research for the classroom?
I think that more recently, the classroom has shifted towards positive behaviour support, and the idea that we model pro-social behaviours for students and reduce the number of anti-social behaviours that feature in our classrooms as well. This is really important in the world that we're living in because behaviour is modelled and students are faced with the visuals all the time, as you'd know as a teacher. They are dealing with other students and their parents, and they are watching so many movies and they are seeing so many behaviors out there that they enact themselves. And because youngsters, for example in your class, Kate, just being in grade 1, they are testing their identities and their boundaries, and so by researching into positive behavior, we are looking into how we can actually model some of this for our students, and in so doing change that little microcosm that's in your classroom, and in so doing change our societies as well. How do you think that's working for you though?
I always try to model the best things for my students so that they know what the expectations are in the classroom. We set clear guidelines in the classroom and clear rules as well, and I always make sure to follow through with consequences if there are consequences if they're not following the rules. For example, if we are coming to sit on the floor, I will look at where the kids are, what part of work they're up to, and I'll say, okay, we've got 5 minutes left of work. And then we'll go, okay, 1 minute left. And then after 1 minute, I'm like, okay, now you need to start packing up. You need to come onto the floor because we've got to discuss what we've been learning. I'm going to give you like a 20-second countdown. So I'll count down from 20. So the expectation is very clear of when I want them on the floor, and I've given them notice as well, so it's not unexpected. And then if they are late onto the floor, I say, okay, that's 1 minute at lunchtime because you've been given lots of warning. You know what the expectations are, but most of the time, I'd say like 99% of the time, they're on the floor by 0, which I think is really good because they know the expectation and they're following through, and they all see each other as well. Like if they see that someone doesn't have a glue stick, they'll quickly, oh, I've got a glue stick, you can borrow it so you can come onto the floor quickly. And I think it's nice that whole like teamwork as well of them looking out for each other and making sure that yes, they're meeting expectations, but also their friends are as well. I think that's really nice in the classroom.
It's excellent that you're being very explicit.
Yeah.
We would have talked about the cycle that we've created, which is the MC cycle, which is setting clear expectations and then modeling, acknowledging behavior, which is exactly what you're doing, and then being consistent in the way that you do it, and then evaluating the progress as you go. So it's a cycle that we are constantly involved in, and you're doing exactly that. So being very explicit about what your expectations are, acknowledging what they are doing, and then you can see them collaborating and modeling for each other as well. Here's the glue stick, let's get onto the floor, which is really good. But at the same time, at the end of the day, I know you must be exhausted at the end of the day, but to kind of evaluate whether that cycle is actually working for you or not. So sometimes you might discover a student who may not be responding very well to that, and it might be a good time to kind of assess and evaluate exactly where that student's probably not quite fitting in, what's been happening. And so when we talk about behavior, we talk in terms of the multi-tiered systems of support. So you've got lots of students being accommodated for by most of your strategies, like the ones you're doing, but there are some might need a little more intervention, and then there might be some who might need a bit more intensive intervention.